Could we see the return of Total Divas? Well, we will if Carmella gets her way. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling here, and today we're talking about a show that I have never actually watched. We're talking about Total Divas, because WWE female wrestler, women's wrestler, totally not a diva, Carmella, wants the return of the television show. Now, I mean, personally, like I said, I've never seen Total Divas. I couldn't tell you if it's any good or not, but I just find it funny that all these women that bash the Divas era and talk about how great, like, the women's empowerment era is, like, they all want Total Divas. They all want to be in Total Divas. So I do find that a little bit strange that they'll bash the Divas era, but all beg to be on this reality TV show. However, Carmella did an interview with Sweetie High on Instagram, and she spoke about the absence of the programme and how it's affected WWE's female audience. This is what Carmella had to say, quote, "I would love a Total Divas comeback. I really want to put that into the universe. I really feel like we need to bring it back. I feel like we're really lacking that in WWE." End of quote. So, I mean, fair enough there. She wants it to come back. She says it's lacking. Of course it's lacking. If it's not there, then it is definitely going to lack because there's nothing there. So, yeah, the show's lacking because it's not on anymore. That's fair enough. The Queen of Staten Island then later stated that the connection between the female audience and the current WWE product is lacking, and that reviving Total Divas could really rebuild that connection. This is what Carmella had to say in a quote. "We really need to connect with our female audience, and that's what Total Divas did. It brought such a female audience towards our product, and people got to see what we do behind the scenes and get to know us for who we really were, not just who we play on TV. And I feel like we're missing that right now in WWE. We're missing the connection with the female audience outside of the ring, of course, and I feel like I would just love to bring that back. So I'm putting that out there to the universe." End of quote. So there you go, that's what Carmella had to say. I find that pretty controversial. There's a few reasons why. So first of all, Carmella pretty much blamed the failure of today's women's division on the fact that there is no Total Divas. She says that you don't get to see anything behind the scenes and that people now only get to see who we play on TV. Well, first of all, maybe if they did a better job when, quote, play their character on TV, maybe if they lived their character, hell, maybe if they had a better character, more people would care. And I don't remember Hogan, I don't remember Austin, I don't remember any of these guys having reality TV series for people to get to learn a bit about them and to get to know who they are and to get to care. No, people cared about Austin, Hogan, and all those guys because they were stars, right? They didn't need their own reality TV show. Carmella and the women today are not stars. And finally, what are we missing behind the scenes? What are we not getting to learn? On TV, we think that they're strong, empowered women that want to wrestle. On Total Divas, we find that they're all hoes that want to fucking whip off their bikinis in a pool. So, I mean, is that what we're not realising? Is that what we're not knowing about the women? That they don't want to get their big tits out like Natalia? Honestly, don't understand where Carmella's going from here. Total Divas is going to do nothing for WWE unless they're playing their character on the Total Divas reality show, which they wouldn't because it's a reality show. Could you imagine if Undertaker had a reality show, Mark Calloway had a reality show in the 90s, and away in the reality show he wasn't the Undertaker? He was just Mark Calloway and he went shopping with his wife and shit like that. That would have buried The Undertaker. The character would have been dead. We wouldn't have had 30 years of Taker. We wouldn't have had no WrestleMania streak. It would have been done. It would have been over. It would have been gone. But for some reason, Carmella thinks that just because they get TV time on Total Divas, that would make the women's division better. If anything, I think the more reality stuff they do, the worse it's going to get because it just makes everything feel so fake. You're like, why are they acting like this on Raw when we know away from Raw they're not like this? Like, I mean, Natalia can be on Raw and she wants to play this empowered, woman that loves to wrestle. But in reality, we all know she's always on camera with her whole fucking sister on OnlyFans, showing off her big, massive bazookas. So again, Like, I just don't understand how Total Divas helps the product. How all it does is it exposes them, and not in a good way. It doesn't get them like TV exposure. It just like exposes all these women. And do we really need to hear Natalia and the Bella twins and see what all these people do away from the wrestling? No. I mean, maybe if there was a reality show that actually featured wrestlers that we actually gave a shit about, that might be something that we enjoy. But I mean, who wants to see Total Divas? Maybe if you put Total Divas on with the sound on mute, then maybe it would be more enjoyable to watch for sure. But yeah, as for me, I never watched Total Divas. I have no intention of watching Total Divas. And I just don't really see how Total Divas is going to make people care about that. It's two totally different things. I mean, how would Total Divas, how would the women doing what they do on Total Divas, how would that help bring in viewers to enjoy what they're doing in WWE when it's nothing alike? If you get guys, or if you get women that enjoy Total Divas because they're in bikinis and they're bitching and they're having whole fights and shit like this, if people are tuning in to see that and then they put on Raw and they just get to see all the women like covered up and just having plain basic wrestling matches, and they're not having tantrums and they're not having this like over the top verbal fights and stuff, then why would they care? Because there's no like correlation between the two. I mean, if Total Divas is a totally different product from WWE Raw, what you get with the two different women, then why would people want to watch it if it's totally different? It makes no sense. But yeah, there you go, guys. Carmella wants to see the return of Total Divas. Whether we get it or not, we don't know. I mean, Carmella wants a lot of things, let's be honest. She also said that she wanted to do a live sex celebration with her and Corey Graves. They wanted to reenact the Edge and Lita thing. So you know what, maybe Carmella, she doesn't strike me as a women's wrestler of today. You know, I think she probably would have fit more in the Divas era. I don't think she's actually come out and said that. She's never once considered herself a diva. But when I look at Carmella, I see more of a diva than I do a women's wrestler. But anyway, guys, that's it. Let us know your opinion. Do you want to see the return of Total Divas? Or did you not like the show? Did you think it sucked? I personally didn't watch it. I have no opinion. But I definitely don't see how Total Divas is going to help make the women's roster any better. Honestly. Let's say, for example, let's say we get Bianca Belair on Total Divas drinking a martini. She's on the pool in her bikini, you know, fucking cleavage and everything showing. Let's say we have that, and then she gets into like a fake fucking row with like Alexa Bliss or whatever, right? Let's say, for argument's sake, they have some fake beef and they're arguing at the pool. When Bianca Belair comes out to have a basic wrestling match with Nikki Cross, and all she does is come out and spins her hair, why would you care? You know, you're getting something totally different on one show that you are from the other. It just makes no sense. Anyway, guys, that's it. Till next time, peace.